Welcome to the discussion with James E. featuring marketing strategies content. Did you know back reflecting on week 1 when we talked about Q&A, question and answers, did you know by asking the right questions and answers will help you predict your future? Predictions are an incredible, powerful tool. Now, I'm not talking about going and seeing a fortune teller or a gypsy. What I'm actually talking about is when you're asking the right questions, when you get the right answers for your product, your brand, your professional line, and when you base it on stats, graphs, physical evidence, you can actually predict the course of your career. So I'll give you an example. January, we got a little warning. February came down and everything shut down. Businesses toppled, people were terrified, money was scarce. A lot of event planners looked and ran from the event planning industry. What we did was we came up with an aggressive campaign. We looked at what has worked in the past, what could work in the future, and we adjusted correctly. And what we simply learned was you had to look at simplicity. Remember when you first start, always be one thing because you can't be all things to all people. You have to be one thing and one thing only. You have to know your target audience and you have to stay within it. Based on that, we were able to look at current trends, stats. We were able to ask the right questions. We were able to do little market feedbacks. We were able to do info sessions. And we came up with an incredible plan that has not just allowed us to survive, but it's actually allowing us to grow. So the events that we have coming, they are going to be running and they are growing incredibly. So when you do a prediction correctly, the sky is the limit. I love the word success. Success to so many people means money, power, prestige, the big, powerful, awesome things. But is that really what success means? Success is not out final product. Success is the journey. It is the pre-launch, the beginning, step-by-step process that gets you and your brand to getting people to trust you, respect you, and admire you. It has been incredible. Success is also based on facts, failures, small successes. So, for example, 10 years being in business, we had a lot of setbacks. We had a lot of great successes from those setbacks. My favorite event, even to this date, is Pampering of the Wedding 2016, or was it 2015? It was when we introduced a wedding show. It was a huge disaster on so many elements, but we learned so much from that. People came together step by step and inch by inch, and the results were fantastic. You had people that loved it, people that came up and they really stepped up. So even though technically it was a huge disaster, and some people would say, "Ooh, it was a failure," it really wasn't, because it really showed the importance of what you're doing right, relying on people that you really need to, and it also taught us to expand and accept different areas of the business. And yes, you're going to have successes. They could be big, small, or huge. But always remember this. Always share your failures. Always be real and kind. Why? Because your failures are what make and break you. If you watch someone who only shares their success stories, never anything else, never the behind the scenes content, how do you really know if they're real, genuine, and legit? You don't. You want people to know who your brand is through the highs and the lows, the ins and the outs. I would say we are more successful today based on sharing and knowing our faults, our failures, accepting them, owning them, and not hiding. Sharing failures is fantastic because that is when you learn the most on who you are, what your brand is about, and what your customers will and will not accept. And for the most part, they will accept a great deal, and their human side will come out, and they will surprise you in ways you never, ever explored or thought. So when you're looking at content such as failures, don't hide them, share them, own them, love them. We do. And it is an incredible journey, and you'll never regret being true to you and your brand. So as you continue to predict current trends that are at your fingertips, you look at your successes, you look and admire your failures, you want to remember that is what's going to help you form your company goals and objectives. True, right from the start, before you start opening your doors, you can come up with your goals and objectives, but trust me, they will change, they will develop, and they will be incredible. You want to make sure that you have those successes and those failures behind you in order to set real, typical goals. And goals are what are going to define you and allow you to grow and stay on track. So as you continue to get those goals professionally, always remember to do one thing. Be transparent. Own your mistakes. Love your learning. Don't hide. Don't deceive. Be real and be genuine, because transparency is fantastic, and it is the key to being successful, including setting those dates where you may be set to fail, but you'll learn a great deal and so much more when it comes to the outer goal of making sure your goals are real, genuine, and those predictions for those stats will allow you to keep on preparing for the future, the ups and the downs. So always be transparent. The word transparency is an incredible, powerful word. Learn it, use it, and love it. Because as you get more familiar and comfortable with it, it will allow you to do your final thing, and that is research. Research, research, research. When you research your brand, your competition, your clients, you will be in a stronger position, because in the end, you need to research and do your due diligence in order to do your predictions, which will allow you to be successful. They will also pinpoint areas where you may fail. Those failures will allow you to be stronger. Those strongers will allow you to then translate into different areas, markets, setting up incredible goals that you currently have, you'll change, and you may adapt to. Lastly, you'll also learn to be transparent about everything. So research is very crucial. It's almost as crucial as asking the right questions, getting the right answers based on the research, and dig. Until next week, this is James with the discussion.